This is a heartfelt space to cherish memories, celebrate journeys, and remember the impact of personalities who touched our lives. At the same time, we'll share updates on WWE legend Seth Rollins, whose resilience and leadership behind the scenes keep shaping the world of wrestling. Subscribe now to stay connected and honor their inspiring legacies with us. James Harris, better known to wrestling fans as Kamala, was born on May 28, 1950, in Senatobia, Mississippi. A true icon of wrestling's golden era, Kamala captured the imagination of fans around the world with his unforgettable persona, the Ugandan Giant. Painted in tribal designs, wearing a loincloth and mask, he brought a sense of mystery and power to the ring that made him one of the most distinctive characters of the 1980s and 1990s. Kamala began his wrestling journey in the early 1970s, working his way through regional promotions before making his mark in the World Wrestling Federation, on a WWF, now WWE. Despite his intimidating appearance, he was known backstage as a kind, humble man who loved to entertain. His signature move, the Kamala Splash, showcased surprising agility for someone of his size, earning him admiration from fans and peers alike. Over the years, Kamala faced legendary opponents such as Hulk Hogan, The Undertaker, and Andre the Giant, creating some of wrestling's most memorable moments. Sadly, Kamala passed away at the age of 70 due to complications from diabetes. Though he is no longer with us, his impact endures. As a pioneering African-American wrestler and a performer who brought both fear and fascination to millions of fans around the globe, Terry Funk, born Terrence Funk on June 30th, 1944, in Hammond, Indiana, was one of wrestling's true icons. He passed away at 79, leaving behind a legacy that spanned more than 5 incredible decades. Known for his unmatched toughness and versatility, Funk was a trailblazer who helped shape the art of professional wrestling as we know it today. Coming from a proud wrestling family, Terry followed in the footsteps of his father, Dory Funk Sr., and teamed with his brother, Dory Funk Jr., to carry on the family tradition. He began his career in 1965 under his father's promotion, where his grit and technical skill quickly set him apart. In 1975, Funk reached the pinnacle by defeating Jack Briscoe to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, a moment that confirmed his place among the greats. Through the 1980s and 1990s, Terry Funk revolutionized hardcore wrestling, earning legendary status for his wild, bloody, and fearless performances in ECW, WCW, WWF, and Japan. His unforgettable battles, especially with Ric Flair, defined an era of passion and intensity. Beyond wrestling, Funk's larger-than-life personality shone in films like Roadhouse and Over the Top. Inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2009, Terry Funk's name will forever stand for heart, toughness, and the love of the fight. Balls Mahoney, born on April 11, 1972, was one of wrestling's most unforgettable personalities. A wild, charismatic performer who truly embodied the spirit of hardcore wrestling. Known for his long hair, colorful gear, and trademark steel chair, Mahoney became a beloved figure in Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, during the late 1990s and early 2000s. His unpredictable energy and willingness to put his body on the line made him a fan favorite in one of wrestling's most daring eras. Mahoney's journey began in the early 1990s on the independent circuit, where he sharpened his skills and developed his larger-than-life persona. When he joined ECW in 1995, he quickly stood out for his intense, hardcore style and his ability to connect with the audience. His matches were brutal yet entertaining, and his humor and authenticity made him a standout in the locker room. After ECW folded in 2001, Mahoney continued to wrestle across various promotions, including WWE's ECW revival in 2005. Outside the ring, he was known as a kind-hearted and approachable man who genuinely cared about his fans. Sadly, Balls Mahoney passed away in 2016 at the age of 44. Though gone too soon, his passion, personality, and impact on hardcore wrestling continue to be remembered by fans around the world. René Goulet, born on July 12, 1932, in Montreal, Canada, was a true trailblazer in the world of professional wrestling. Known for his sharp technical skills and undeniable charm, Goulet built a career that spanned decades and left a lasting mark on the sport. He began wrestling in the 1950s and quickly made a name for himself with his athleticism, style, and ability to connect with audiences around the world. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, Goulet competed in numerous promotions, including the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, where fans grew to love his dynamic in-ring performances and signature flair. Whether playing the hero or the villain, Goulet brought charisma and authenticity to every match, earning the respect of both fans and fellow wrestlers. His colorful ring attire and confident presence only added to his magnetic persona. After hanging up his boots, Goulet remained an important part of the wrestling world, working behind the scenes as a producer and talent scout. His deep understanding of the business helped shape the careers of many rising stars. René Goulet passed away on May 25, 2019, but his legacy continues to live on. Remembered for his passion, professionalism, and love for wrestling, he remains an inspiration to generations of wrestlers who followed in his footsteps. Seth Rollins, born Colby Daniel Lopez on May 28, 1986, has spent his entire life defying expectations. Known for his unmatched athleticism, high-risk maneuvers, and fiery intensity, Rollins has carved out a place as one of the most accomplished WWE superstars of his generation. From humble beginnings in independent wrestling circuits to headlining the biggest shows in sports entertainment, his journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. Yet beneath the surface of success lies a story of grit and pain, a tale of a man who has repeatedly pushed through devastating injuries and chronic health issues to continue living his dream. Over the years, Rollins' body has endured brutal punishment, particularly his knees, which have borne the weight of countless high-impact matches and stunts. Despite facing severe setbacks, including multiple ligament tears and long recoveries, he has continuously found the strength to rise, adapt, and inspire millions of fans across the world. The 2015 catastrophe, the injury that changed everything. For Seth Rollins, 2015 was supposed to be the year of dominance. As the reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion, he was on top of the world, leading the Authority storyline, headlining pay-per-views, and proving himself as a worthy champion. But fate struck cruelly on November 4th, 2015, during a WWE live event in Dublin, Ireland. In a moment that would forever change his career, Rollins attempted a sunset flip powerbomb against Kane, a move he had executed countless times before. This time, however, his landing went wrong. His knee twisted at an unnatural angle, and the pain was immediate and excruciating. The match ended abruptly, and backstage evaluations confirmed the worst: a torn ACL, MCL, and medial meniscus. For an athlete whose style relied heavily on speed, agility, and aerial ability, this was a devastating diagnosis. The injury forced Rollins to vacate his WWE Championship and step away from the ring indefinitely. Surgery followed soon after, performed by the renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews, who has treated countless elite athletes. The recovery process was grueling: hours of physiotherapy, strength rebuilding, and mental endurance. For 6 months, Rollins fought his way back from what many considered a career-altering setback. His recovery was not just physical but emotional. For someone who lived and breathed wrestling, being forced to the sidelines was heartbreaking. Yet in typical Rollins fashion, he channeled his frustration into motivation. When he finally returned at Extreme Rules in May 2016, attacking Roman Reigns and reclaiming his place among WWE's elite, the eruption of cheers from the fans symbolized not just excitement, but admiration for his resilience. The 2017 setback, another painful blow. Just as Seth Rollins began regaining his momentum, fate tested him again. On January 30th, 2017, during an episode of Raw, Rollins was attacked by Samoa Joe in a storyline segment. Unfortunately, the scripted attack turned into another real-life injury, this time a torn MCL. The timing couldn't have been worse. Rollins was on track for one of the biggest matches of his career against Triple H at WrestleMania 33, and now that dream was in jeopardy. For fans, the news was disheartening. For Rollins, it was déjà vu. Once again, his knee was the target, and doubts began to surface about whether his body could handle his intense, high-flying wrestling style in the long term. Fortunately, this time, the damage was less severe than the 2015 injury. Through careful rehabilitation, intense physical therapy, and the guidance of WWE's medical team, Rollins made a remarkable recovery, returning just in time to face Triple H at WrestleMania. The match became more than just a storyline. It was a battle of endurance and willpower. Rollins, wearing a knee brace for stability, fought through the pain and delivered a memorable performance that not only solidified his comeback, but also reminded the world of his fighting spirit. The symbolism of that knee brace became a powerful image, an emblem of perseverance against adversity. The 2023 to 2024 struggles, chronic knee issues, and silent battles. As Rollins continued to evolve, taking on leadership roles in WWE and becoming a cornerstone of the company, his knee problems persisted. By 2023, reports began surfacing that he was working through serious knee pain once again, this time involving a torn meniscus and MCL. However, unlike previous injuries, Rollins chose not to take extended time off. Instead, he managed the pain through targeted rehabilitation, physical therapy, and a modified workout routine. It was a risky decision, but one rooted in passion and loyalty to his fans and profession. The physical toll, however, was undeniable. Wrestling week after week while managing a chronic condition is no small feat. Rollins adapted his in-ring style, less high-flying, more grounded and calculated, to reduce stress on his joints. Despite his limitations, he continued to perform at an elite level, carrying major storylines and championship matches. His resilience during this period was remarkable, as he balanced being a top performer with maintaining his health. It's a testament to his professionalism that even when injured, Rollins never allowed his pain to overshadow his performance. But as the years advance, the question remains: how long can his body withstand the relentless grind? Rumors and reality. Sorting truth from speculation. Given his history of knee injuries, speculation about Seth Rollins' health has become almost constant. Rumors have circulated that he's on the verge of retirement or that he needs immediate surgery. Yet these claims remain unfounded. Rollins has publicly addressed his injuries multiple times, admitting to lingering pain but clarifying that he's not planning to retire anytime soon. Instead, he's focused on managing his condition smartly, taking breaks when necessary, staying consistent with therapy, and adjusting his schedule. The rumor that Rollins is a liability in the ring is another misconception. On the contrary, he remains one of WWE's most reliable and professional performers. His in-ring psychology, adaptability, and awareness of safety make him one of the most respected superstars in the locker room. WWE itself has shown immense faith in him by continuing to feature him in top-tier matches and championship feuds. As for speculation about WWE reducing his schedule permanently, such discussions are common among veteran performers. If anything, a lighter schedule would be a strategic move to ensure Rollins' longevity rather than a sign of decline. The mental toll. Wrestling beyond physical pain. While much of the focus is on his physical injuries, the mental strain of repeated setbacks is just as significant. Rehabilitation after major injuries can be lonely, frustrating, and emotionally taxing. Rollins has openly admitted in interviews that the hardest part isn't the surgery, it's the uncertainty during recovery. Not knowing whether you'll return to the same level of performance or whether fans will still embrace you is a burden few can understand. But in those moments, Rollins found strength in his support system, particularly his wife, WWE superstar Becky Lynch, and their daughter. Their presence provided balance in his life, grounding him when the pressures of fame and injury felt overwhelming. Rollins has also been vocal about mental health and the importance of maintaining a positive mindset. His journey serves as an important reminder that even the strongest athletes face moments of vulnerability. Yet his determination to keep moving forward shows that success isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning how to live with it. Financial stability and life beyond the ring. Despite his physical struggles, Seth Rollins' career has been financially rewarding. Over the years, he has built a strong foundation, both within WWE and outside it. As of 2025, Rollins' estimated net worth is reported to be around $12 million, accumulated through wrestling contracts, merchandise, appearances, and outside ventures. Alongside Becky Lynch, one of WWE's highest-paid female superstars, the couple has established a stable financial base and a comfortable life. Rollins also co-owns a wrestling school, the Black and Brave Wrestling Academy in Iowa, where he trains the next generation of wrestlers, a clear sign that he's already planning for life after in-ring competition. Rollins' financial discipline and business ventures reflect his foresight. Unlike many athletes who struggle post-retirement, he has diversified his career, ensuring stability for his family. His future likely includes more mentoring, creative contributions to WWE, and possible crossover work in television or film. But as of now, wrestling remains his first love. His continued commitment to WWE proves that he's not done yet, even if his approach to the business has evolved with time. What the future holds: adapting, evolving, and inspiring. Looking ahead, Seth Rollins is entering a new phase of his career, one where experience and intelligence matter just as much as athleticism. While the high-flying daredevil of his early years may be giving way to a more methodical performer, Rollins remains every bit as captivating. His adaptability ensures his longevity in the industry. WWE, aware of his importance, will likely continue managing his workload carefully, balancing major appearances with well-timed rest periods to protect his health. Fans can expect Rollins to continue delivering masterful performances, perhaps focusing on storytelling and character development rather than sheer athletic spectacle. Whether he remains a full-time performer or transitions into a part-time role, his influence on WWE's future is undeniable. His journey from independent wrestler to global superstar, marred by pain but fueled by purpose, will serve as an enduring source of inspiration for years to come. Conclusion: the heart of a champion. Seth Rollins' story is one of endurance, heart, and unyielding passion. His career has been a series of highs and lows, championship victories, headline matches, devastating injuries, and inspiring comebacks. Each scar tells a story of a man who refuses to give in to pain. The repeated damage to his knees, the emotional exhaustion of recovery, and the pressure of maintaining excellence have all tested his limits. Yet through every challenge, Rollins continues to stand tall, reminding the world that true greatness is forged not in moments of glory, but in the struggle to rise after every fall. As of now, Seth Rollins continues to compete, entertain, and inspire. His health remains a constant concern, but it's clear that he is handling it with the same professionalism that has defined his career. Financially secure, emotionally grounded, and creatively fulfilled, Rollins is not just surviving, he's thriving. His legacy is not just about titles or accolades, but about the message his life sends, that passion, resilience, and self-belief can overcome even the most painful setbacks. For Seth Rollins, wrestling is more than a profession. It's a calling. His story is not about invincibility, but about persistence. And as long as he continues to step into that ring, even with the scars of his past battles, one truth remains undeniable. Seth Rollins is the embodiment of perseverance, proof that champions are not defined by how often they fall, but by how many times they stand back up, ready to fight again.